welcome to the deep dive. We're going to be tackling AI ethics. All those like really intense debates happening online.
Yeah.
There's like Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Timnit Gebru. They're all kind of going back and forth.
It's pretty fascinating.
We're diving into all of that.
It's like a futuristic debate club.
It is.
Yeah.
We have all this material here that sparks some really interesting conversations, and we're going to be breaking it down. So by the end, you'll be able to, hold your own at a dinner party if somebody brings up AI ethics.
I think what's interesting is how these debates are really going beyond just like the technical stuff.
Yeah.
It's making us think about like, what does it even mean to be human?
Right.
In a world where machines are, becoming so intelligent.
Totally.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, AI governance. Elon Musk,
Oh, yeah, he's been tweeting up a storm.
He's been all over the place. He's saying we need some kind of regulatory body for AI.
Like a referee. Yeah.
A referee for AI, he called it. His argument is that if we don't have like some kind of global oversight, things could get out of control.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think Musk is hitting on a nerve here. Because a lot of people are worried that AI is developing faster than our ability to actually like manage it.
Right.
So the people who are really for regulation, they're saying we need some kind of framework to make sure that AI is developed in a way that's beneficial.
Aligns with our values.
Exactly. And, prevents situations where AI could actually be harmful.
Right. But of course, not everybody's like, whoo, let's regulate AI.
Right. There's pushback for sure.
A lot of tech people, especially developers, entrepreneurs.
They're worried about stifling innovation.
Yeah. I saw one founder on X.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that it would basically, be like handcuffing AI and preventing it from like solving major problems.
That's the big question, right? It's like, how do you find that balance between, encouraging innovation, but also protecting against, potential downsides.
And this is actually playing out online.
Oh, yeah.
Under the hashtag AI governance.
Which is trending, by the way.
It is. So there are lots of different ideas about what this regulation could look like.
Like who would even be in charge?
Exactly.
So is it governments? Is it some kind of international organization? Or is it the tech industry itself?
Yeah. So it's not just about should we regulate. It's like how.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Do we need like a global AI watchdog?
Ooh, good question.
All right. Let's move on to another big topic.
Okay.
Which is closely tied to AI governance. Privacy. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, he's the guy behind ChatGPT. He's been talking a lot about this. Basically saying that AI is changing how we think about data use and privacy.
Right.
Like ChatGPT is a perfect example. It's incredible. It can write code.
Poetry.
But it needs a ton of data to do that.
It does.
So that raises a lot of questions about where that data is coming from.
Right. Who has access to it?
And who controls it? It's exactly.
This is where things get a little controversial because you have privacy advocates who are saying AI systems need to be designed with privacy in mind. I saw someone post like, AI should protect our data, not exploit it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and they're pushing for stronger regulations, technical safeguards to make sure that our information isn't being misused.
Right, but then you have like the tech companies and some researchers who are like, hold on a second. For AI to really like reach its full potential, it needs a lot of data.
They're saying restricting data access too much would slow down progress.
Especially in things like medical research or climate modeling, things that actually rely on huge data sets.
It's a tough one.
It is. And it's a big conversation happening online, too. Hashtag AI privacy.
It's trending.
Yeah. People are trying to figure out what it means for them and their own, like digital life.
Right.
It makes you think about your own online habits, right?
It does.
Have you changed how you use the internet, knowing that AI is becoming so prevalent?
Interesting question. Okay, so we've been talking about these big ideas about, where AI is going. But let's get down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, let's get real.
And talk about how these ethical dilemmas are playing out in the real world.
Like how is it affecting people right now?
Exactly, because, we can talk about AI governance and privacy in the abstract.
Right.
But it's different when you see how these things actually impact people's lives.
Totally. So where are we seeing that?
Well, one area is AI bias.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
We've seen so many examples of AI systems that are basically perpetuating and even amplifying existing biases in society.
Which has real consequences.
Oh, absolutely.
I read this article about an AI hiring tool that was supposed to make recruiting easier and more efficient.
Right.
But it ended up discriminating against women.
Oh, wow.
It turned out the algorithm was trained on data that was mostly male resumes.
Wow.
So it basically learned to associate certain keywords with men, and that put women at a disadvantage.
That's a classic example of how, biased data leads to biased outcomes, even if it's unintentional.
Right.
Right. The problem is that AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on.
Right.
So if the data reflects our own biases, then the AI is going to have those same biases.
And that's scary when you think about AI being used in things like hiring, lending,
justice,
criminal justice.
Like high-stakes decisions.
It's kind of unsettling to think that AI could be making these decisions about our lives based on these hidden biases that we might not even be aware of.
Yeah.
So what can we do about it? Can we even design AI systems that are truly fair?
That is the million-dollar question.
Yep.
It's a huge challenge, but researchers are working on it.
Okay.
There are a few things that they're trying to do. One is to create more diverse data sets.
So that the AI is learning from,
a wider range of experience.
A broader spectrum of humanity.
Yeah, exactly. Another approach is to develop algorithms that are specifically designed to detect bias.
Okay.
And correct for it.
Interesting.
And of course, human oversight is crucial.
Yeah, you can't just let the machines run wild.
No, exactly. You need people in the loop to make sure that things are on track.
It sounds like a lot of work.
It is. It's complicated.
So it's important.
It's essential if we want AI to be used ethically.
Okay, so speaking of jobs, let's talk about the future of work in an AI world.
Okay.
It's safe to say AI is going to have a big impact on the job market.
Huge.
People are worried about robots taking their jobs.
Right.
And there are reports saying that millions of jobs could be lost.
Right.
Automation.
So it's a valid concern.
Right.
But it's a bit more complex than just robots are taking over. Some jobs will likely be automated.
Yeah.
But AI will also create new jobs.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's not like a one-to-one.
No, it's not that simple.
Right.
It's more about jobs changing and evolving.
Okay, so instead of a factory worker,
you might have a robot technician.
Okay.
Or an AI programmer.
Okay.
So it's about adapting and learning new skills.
Right. And we're already seeing these new job titles popping up.
Oh, yeah.
Like data scientist.
AI ethicist.
Right. Things that didn't exist.
A few years ago.
5 years ago.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're in high demand.
So there's opportunity there.
There is, if you're willing to learn and adapt.
This is a really big question I've been thinking about.
Okay.
All this talk about AI and jobs makes me wonder, what does it mean to be human in a world where machines are so intelligent?
That is a profound question.
I know it's kind of philosophical.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if machines can write poetry.
Compose music.
Things we thought were uniquely human. Does that change what it means to be human?
Yeah, it really makes you rethink what intelligence is.
What sets us apart?
Yeah.
Maybe we should be focusing on the things that machines can't do.
Right, like our creativity, our empathy, our ability to connect on an emotional level.
Right, like our humanity, basically.
Exactly.
So instead of trying to be like supercomputers, we should embrace what makes us human.
It's about recognizing that AI is a tool.
Yeah.
That can help us.
Yeah.
But it's not going to replace us.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
It should.
I was getting a little scared.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable. It's a lot to process.
It is. So it's all about collaboration.
Yes.
Working together.
Humans and machines.
A team.
A partnership.
I like that. Imagine if we could solve climate change.
Cure diseases.
Yeah.
All these big problems.
But I'm still a little nervous about giving machines so much power.
That's why we have to be careful.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just focus on the technical stuff.
Right.
We have to think about the ethical side.
Yeah, the human side.
Exactly.
This is all connected to what we talked about before, right?
It is.
Governance, privacy,
safety,
the impact on humanity.
All of it.
These are big questions that are going to shape how AI evolves.
And how it affects our lives.
It's not just some abstract future.
It's happening now.
Right now.
We're all creating this future together.
Every choice we make.
Every conversation we have.
Every tweet we send.
It all matters.
So let's make sure we're making informed choices.
And keep having these conversations.
So that AI is a force for good.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this part,
yeah,
I want to leave you with a question.
Okay.
We've talked about bias in jobs and the big philosophical questions.
Yeah.
But what about the emotional side of AI? How will it affect our relationships with each other?
Ooh, interesting.
As AI gets more integrated into our lives, will we become more connected?
Or more isolated?
Will we learn to trust machines more than we trust each other?
Those are big questions.
We're going to explore those in the final part. So we're back. And in this final part, we're really going to get into something we've been kind of circling around.
Yeah, the emotional side of AI.
Right. Like, how is AI going to affect us, not just like, in our brains,
right,
but like in our hearts?
Exactly. Yeah. It's interesting how AI is forcing us to think about our emotions and how they might be influenced by these machines.
Yeah, because we're already seeing AI being used in ways that are kind of like emotional, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you have those customer service chatbots that try to sound empathetic.
Yeah, they're like, I understand your frustration.
Right. Or those virtual assistants that are like super friendly and helpful.
Right. Like they want to be your buddy.
Yeah. And there are even therapy apps now.
Really?
That use AI to provide support and guidance.
Wow.
So it's making me wonder, if we have AI that can do all that, does that change how we view human connection?
That's a great question. Like, do we start to prefer those interactions?
Right.
Because they're easier.
Yeah, less messy.
Less messy, exactly.
And what about AI being used to manipulate our emotions?
Oh, that's a scary thought.
I know. Like, social media algorithms are already doing that to some extent, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they show us ads that they know will, like, get us to click.
Right, and content that, like, triggers our fears or our desires.
Exactly. So could AI take this to a whole new level?
It could, and that's something we need to be really careful about.
Yeah, like, we need to make sure that AI is being used ethically.
Absolutely. Like, it should be helping us understand and manage our emotions, not exploiting them.
It's almost like we need to develop a whole new type of emotional intelligence.
Like emotional intelligence 2.0.
Yeah. Where we're not just understanding our own emotions, but also like the emotions of machines.
Right, because they're not really feeling emotions.
Right, it's all simulated.
But it can feel real.
Yeah.
So we have to be aware of that.
This is uncharted territory.
It is the whole new world.
So to wrap up this deep dive, we've talked about so much.
We have AI governance, privacy, safety.
The future of work.
What it means to be human in an AI world.
The emotional implications of AI.
It's been a lot.
It has.
Yeah.
But it's clear that we're at this really important moment.
Yeah.
AI is powerful, and it's up to us to decide how we use it.
Right. It's not like fate. No, predetermined.
We're creating the future of AI.
Right now.
Right now. So keep having these conversations.
Talk to your friends, your family.
Share your thoughts online.
The more informed we are,
the better choices we'll make.
Exactly. So that's it for our deep dive into the ethical maze of AI.
We hope you found it insightful.
And maybe a little bit unsettling.
But that's okay. It's important to think about these things.
It is. So share your thoughts online using #ADebates.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.